Can I get a sound check? How does it sound? Everything sound good? Sound might get a little crisp. Wormy. What does that mean? Sounds lovely. Thank you. Sounds good. Thank you. You just like to see the world burn, Pigeon. Tonight, the sound is gonna get wonky because I'm bringing back some classic favorites that people haven't seen in a little bit. Clean Francine, how you doing? Where is unclean Francine? I see that you are clean Francine, but where is unclean Francine? That's what I'm wondering. What happened to unclean Francine? Francine took a bath. Huh. Generally unclean. We're going to get started in 2 minutes. This splash screen is courtesy of Scoob, who was on... No, it doesn't work, Pigeon. I took it off. It's already gone. Real Sea Chicken, how you doing? Grape Crush. How are you doing, Grape Crush? Good to have you in here. With the Scumferneat. Scoobert. Yes, Scoob. Scoob did this for me. Scoob is very talented. We're going to start started in a minute. We're bringing it back old school. The old school Wednesday stream, if you remember it. Mr. Peanut Butter Face. No, it's classic. We couldn't go full wretch. This tonight will feel like Sunday about 6 or 7 months ago. This should be fun tonight. I'm excited. It's like seeing if you still remember how to ride a bike. You know what I mean? We'll see if I can do it. I think I have everything. I think the switch over between the two streams is going to be janky AF. But that's part of it. It's gonna be fun. We'll let this music ride. I dig this music too. We used to listen to this music a while ago too. All right, starting in 1 minute. We're gonna start. Let's start at 9:10. Just a good round number. Thank you all for being here, by the way. I hope you're enjoying your Sunday nights. Monday sucks. Dat Rat will be here. When is the merch? It's coming. It's always coming. I just want to make sure I'm not. Jay Dozer, how you doing? Celestial Rays, how is everybody doing tonight? I'm so glad and thankful for you all. Scoob was very nice and said, Scoob said, you are very lucky to have such a nice community. And I said, well, you don't see what they say about me in the Discord. They call me silly. They say that my nails are just average. My nail beds are just average. And they say that hold on, somebody's calling. Oh! See how close I get. Oh. Was that the song? Peepo, I know. Peepo's back. Peepo is back. T-Ball sub, how you doing? Look at this retro stream. Somebody's already calling in. I forgot my my mouse. Tonight I'm drawing your dreams, and then we will interpret them together. We will look at what they mean. I already know who's calling in. I have the same caller calling in. Who's calling?
Call from.
Uncle Muffin?
Ooh, Uncle, you sound clear.
Hey!
Not
Krispy Kreme!
this one didn't work.
Oh no.
This one's ominous.
Nice shot. We got a nice angle of the pants.
This
It's
is
a new flag.
this is not bad. This is ominous. I think I like it. I think I'll keep it.
This is more like when you're hiding your identity on certain websites.
Yeah, a hidden website. Hidden website. Good shot if you get excited. Wow, Gary Brisier, exactly. That is true. Let's
One
get this
shot, one kill. You know?
One shot. Look, I'm using
Thank you,
people.
Beanie Fidgets. I have tons of dreams. I've been stockpiling dreams just for this moment. Beanie
Hundreds
Fidgets.
of dreams. Hold on. Hundreds of dreams. So many dreams.
Crotch shot. That's a dream. There we go. Look at that. That's everyone's dream. Do not sexualize the word.
Well, I'll fix that. I'll fix that when we start your dream interpretation. Did you enjoy the stream with Scoob?
I felt like an idiot when I called you guys an hour before. And
did.
I gotta apologize to Fork and everyone else for stealing your catchphrase, and I'm actually not as pirately as I usually act normally. I'm sorry for acting as I did that Friday night.
But I answered.
I know. I meant like when I hail Satan and all that. When I was acting like a dubious little creature. I mean, sorry acting like that.
Oh, it is giving me a little tickle. It's scratching my bungus. But I answered. I answered the call, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You know, I meant the car afterwards. The car afterwards. I mean, when I was off, I was rejecting God. I was playing with lines. I was off. My vibes were off for the Applebee's. Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, how many Hail Marys did you have to say after that one? Jay Dozer, how you doing, Jay Dozer?
No, I just fed up and just did my nightly prayer. Then I hanged up a picture of a nun on a cartoon nun next to my Mary, next to the nativity scene. You know when kids add dinosaurs and action figures to the nativity scene? That's what I did today.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would, if I could, I would add the Red Power Ranger.
The Red Power Ranger. That's a good one.
Pippin,
I added my brother
Beefy.
had a Resident Evil action figure, one of the monsters, and he added that to the nativity scene. And so we have the T-virus monster looking over about to kill Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, and then that was interesting. And my parents didn't notice it for about a good 2 days.
And they said, "This isn't Jesus. This is the Red Power Ranger."
Oh no! What we did with Jesus was that a baby shoe flew in the wind when I got in Las Vegas. I got a baby shoe appeared to me when I was in Las Vegas, so I used that baby shoe. I put Jesus in the baby shoe, and then set up the little hay thing. I put the baby shoe there, and Jesus was in the baby shoe.
You were sent a sign. You were sent a sign by the higher beings.
I know.
And it was in form of shoe. What kind of shoe was it?
It was gold. It was a gold shoe.
A gold baby shoe?
Yeah, it was all sparkly and glittery and stuff. It was gold.
That shoe was not for you. That shoe was not
It's
for you
not.
to take.
It was for a baby. Yes, it's for a baby.
No, I know it. But it was. Although it was for a baby, I'm saying in that moment, I don't think that shoe was for you.
Oh no, it was for me because me and my brother were memeing on he was. I don't change my shoes that often. I wear the same black Velcro shoes ever since I was 12 years old, and he's making fun of my shoes because he said, like, your shoes are like an old man or a little kid. And Ungwe Muffin, it's like only babies wear Velcro shoes, and then the baby shoe flew in on the gust of the wind. And I still have the Velcro shoes, and I still have the baby shoe, singular, with me.
Very nice. I haven't worn Velcro shoes for a bit, but they are.
I don't have
clean,
to wear
Francine. They're coming back, and they're just
I don't
easier.
have to tie my shoes. You know?
You don't have the time.
Yeah.
Nobody has the
I don't
time
have the time to tie
anymore.
my shoes.
No one has the time anymore, Ongoy.
Yeah.
Tonight I'm drawing your dreams.
I have a dream for you.
Just
It has
get it.
twists and turns, sadness and laughter.
Wow. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can fix my big giant head getting cut off.
Fix the crock shot.
What?
The pants shot.
What kind of dream is this? What are you talking about here?
It's like more of a nightmare, really.
I don't like to hear that. No one likes to hear the nightmares.
No, I don't like to hear nightmares either.
Do you miss the dream streams?
I miss the dream streams. I'm a little biased to it, because, you know... yeah. I'm a little biased, but, okay, are you ready?
I've always been ready, Ongoy Muffin.
Okay, I have to give some context to this. I have to give context. I have to give some context to the dream before I can. Trapaholics. There you go. I have to say some context to the dream before I can see the dream. So, do you know an artist on Twitter called Diva?
I do not.
There's this artist called she has like a Twitter page about little nuns and growing up in a seminary school and being kids, you know, just kids being kids, but the nuns, the little nuns. I posted a link in the Twitter in the chat.
Wow.
What? Yeah. I just you know, I liked it, and I was dreaming that I was in this little nun world, you know. I was me, but I was interacting with the little nuns. And then, you know, I felt like I was a kid again. I felt like I was helping myself overcome trauma in some sort of way. But then, so I was having fun with these nuns. But then, okay, so we were all jumping into a lake, you know, it's summertime, you jump into the lake just to cool down. And then I witnessed some like sick fuck, like someone I do not like people I do. This is someone I hope burns. Like it was like a dude that it's not a nice man. I don't want to. This is not a nice. He exposed himself in front of these kids.
Wow.
And then I just had to like beat him. I beat him up. I literally like beat up. I dragged him into the water, and I started like punching him and like trying to drown him. And then the next thing I remember was just comforting one of the nuns, just like, hey, it's gonna be okay. I gave him coffee. I gave him like a tea. I put a blanket over them. I try to make things like, okay, things are gonna get better. Okay, I beat up the bad guy or whatever. But that just stuck with me that like there was sex fucks in the world that like want to ruin the innocence of kids, and it's just like, why do you want to do this to people? Why do you want to do this to like the most harmless, the most innocent, the most precious in our society. And I don't know. I felt like I had a lot of anger when I almost drowned that guy.
All right. I'm drawing this for you. This is there's a lot to this
Abstract.
game. This is a nightmare. There's a lot to unpack here on Goy Muffin. I think this might be your most dicey dream that you've ever had, you know?
I know. I never usually. Well, I mean, I told you worse things before, but I never felt like I actually commit acts of violence. But this is to protect those kids from that dude that exposed himself to those. It makes my blood boil. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that to kids.
No, you shouldn't. And
they're only kids once.
And you are beating up the scum of the earth, sitting on this earth in the hand of a giant overseeing nun. You are a hero in this dream. Are you ever not a hero in your dream? Do you ever feel like you're the bad guy in the dream?
No, I don't feel like I'm a bad. I feel like you're either like a victim in the dream, or you're like a bystander in the dream. I've never felt like my own protagonist before. I always felt like I'm just riding along, and then this is the first time I took affirmative action towards anything. I was just like, I don't want this kind of person to exist, affecting children. I don't want this person to exist in real life ever. Like, you shouldn't do that. This is.
No, you should not. Ongoy. Let's look at some of these key themes that you're calling out. The Posca pens are back, and they're juiced up. They have not been used for quite some time. It has been such a long time since I've used the Posca pens.
Everyone check out Diva on Twitter. I love the Little Nun series. It's nice, wholesome fun. Check it out. I just plug it in there because it brought me to good health during the 2020 and 2021. You know, it was just nice to look at something wholesome than just all the shit that just happened in the last 2 years. It was really bad.
To dream of a nun represents an aspect of your personality that's giving up something that you desire. Materialistic wishes, goals, interests. The nun symbolizes letting go of something or getting over someone you have interests in, making difficult long-term sacrifices for your family or the greater good. A nun may also symbolize a person or situation that makes you consider having to give something up. Do you feel in the past when did you have this dream, first of all? Let me ask that.
I had this dream when I started working at my dad's clinic. No, more like volunteering, because it's been hard on my dad at his clinic.
Jay Dozer, I feel you. Time will heal wounds. Think of all the things that you didn't like about your past relationship, and in your future ones, be hypersensitive to those. Don't be the same person.
Learn
Don't find the same person. Like. It is all a learning process. Now, Ongoing Muffin. You said you gave up. What did you give up? You gave up some. What did your dad do that you gave? What happened?
So, like, my dad's clinic, he's just like he didn't have enough employees, so I just sacrificed all the free time I had just to work with my dad, and in order just to help him out, because his employees all something. It's a complicated work thing I don't want to get further into, but like my dad needed, more like my coworkers needed help and I decided to sacrifice a lot more free time in order to help fiction. Because, like, even though I don't get paid, I still, like, there's still patients, there's still coworkers that, like, need assistance and stuff.
Uh-huh. I see. I see. I see everything, Ongoing Muffin. I see everything. All right, I'm changing something up a little bit. I'm gonna like how this looks. Jay Dozer, you'll be fine. I promise you. All right. Yes, letting go. It represents letting go. Now, you mentioned there was a lot of water. Water in this dream. It symbolizes emotions that run deep. That run deep. That run deep. Or perhaps, if the water is muddy, was it clear water? Or was it...
It's like lake water.
Lake water. Somewhat murky.
Yeah. Yeah, murky.
Feelings that are confused and unclear. Water may be cleansing and healing, or water could swallow you up and even threaten to drown you, much like an overwhelming emotion, such as anger or pain, which checks out, because it seems like you have quite a bit of anger over people who do harm unto children.
Yep. Preach. Yeah.
Moist dream, wet dream, Disneyland pimp, how you doing? A dreep, wiener tit. Drawing in color, Civic. I'm bringing back the Posca pens. We're throwing a little bit of retro into every month, and I thought that what greater way to kick off 12/5/2021 than with a little bit of in dreams drawing. Now this
second day of Advent.
This last one. Children represent one's inner child. They can have positive and negative meanings. In a positive sense, they symbolize unrealized potential or need for growth. Dreaming of children might relate to desire to return to the past and recapture good times, or to satisfy unfulfilled hopes. I think that there is a duality in this meaning, Ongoing Muffin. I think that part of it, yes, is on the surface level. Let's see how this looks. Nice. On the surface level, this dream, it appears as though that you are protecting children, but in a sense, you are protecting yourself. You're protecting a past version of yourself. Kicking it off. Exactly, Civic. Exactly. Couldn't be more right, Civic. Now, Ongoy. Let's wrap it all together now. Nuns. Giving something up. Water. A feeling of uncertainty because it's murky. And then protecting your own childhood. Is there something that you are protecting, a childhood dream or something of yours, a want, a desire that you feel lately has been murky, but you feel you have to give up something to attain this dream?
You know me too well, Moneyworms. You know me. I'm trying to get into med school and like just, witnessing stuff in the office, witnessing like all the bullshit you have to go through to get into medical school, witnessing rejection, witnessing like no responses, witnessing like what am I gonna do the next year? Like, it's like, is it gonna be even worth it? Just trying to go for this goal. Is it too late just to change paths? Should I put on the switchboard and become a mortician? I don't. Even though I made that promise to my younger self, is it worth it? That's all like that.
Much like the children you're protecting in this dream, I think that if you truly feel this is something you want, you need to protect this dream of yours, Ongoing Muffin. And with that, I will say rad call. This has been a very rad dream interpretation. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful image.
A dream is just a wish your heart makes.
It is, Ongoing Muffin. Rad call. Thank you so much for calling in.
Rad call, man. Okay, man. Sweet dreams and dream big, folks. Love you guys.
Very nice. Mia, how you doing? You're not a messiah, but you are a prophet. I like that. That's good. Headshots. It reminds us that we are fallible. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. Mia, how you doing? It's good to see you here. This is a perfect time to bust out the Sweet Dreams emote.
Call from
Devin.
Devin, how you doing, Devin?
Good. How are you, Moneyworms?
I'm doing well. As you can see, we're doing dream interpretations tonight. I haven't done this for quite some time. I don't know if you've ever seen this stream, have you?
I have seen a dream interpretations, but it was like too early for me to be like comfortable calling in.
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha.
you know.
I see. I sometimes it takes some time to work up
Yeah.
the necessary courage to say, I'm going to call in and talk to this nut job on the internet.
Yeah. I mean, not nut job necessarily. I just have really bad anxiety about talking to new people, and I kind of used call-in streams in the beginning to like get over that. So, you know.
You know, I think that call-in streams were so important. They still are, but they were really important, especially when we were all isolated. And it was one of the biggest reasons that I wanted to do one, because it is nice to talk to chat. I love seeing all you beautiful people in here. But there's something else when you're talking to someone over the telephone, where other people can weigh in on the conversation. There's something about it that's just, it's therapeutic in its own sense.
It is. It really is. I love it. But yeah, you know, I have a dream. I have a dream that happened recently that was like crazy vivid. Not anything super like intense, but it was just like the most, you know?
The most. Do you feel it is your most vivid dream, or just a dream that stuck out the most amongst all the rest? Or both? A little bit of both?
Just like super vivid in the way that it felt like I was truly there, like it was happening. But since going on a new medication, all of my dreams have been really vivid, intense, and like I don't know. It's like I used to lucid dream regularly, but kind of stopped because I don't know. I just stopped, and then they're coming back now due to this medication. It's kind of nice. It's kind of fun. I don't know.
Yeah, it is probably a side effect, but it's also one that you can use to think about and really dive into, because then it's a blessing and a curse, right? That's really what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's really fun. But sometimes you wake up just like real tired from it because you just did a whole thing when you were trying to sleep.
That's true. It can be very mentally taxing. I actually took a nap before the stream for an hour. And whenever I nap, I dream so vividly, Devin.
Same. Nap dreams are something else. No, I get you. It's like in my daily routine to take a nap. And nap dreams, yes, no, I totally get you. They are the absolute most intense.
They are. Let me describe to you quickly the dream that I had before I got here, because it seems like you are attuned with tarot and finding deeper meaning in things that are not seen at the physical level but can be understood at the metaphysical level.
Are we swapping roles in my dream? Am I analyzing your dream?
You don't have to, but you can just listen to it, because now that you're on the phone, I have someone to tell the stream to, and it's just you and I having this conversation, and no one else really. So, I am sitting in my bed, but it is not my room. It is someone else's room. And someone comes. I have no idea who this person is, but they come and they lay next to me, but opposite from me. So their head is at my feet, and their feet are at my head.
Oh.
And for some reason, my first inclination is not to talk to that person, but I grabbed a walkie-talkie that was next to my bed, and I clicked on the button, and I began to apologize to no one over this walkie-talkie. And every time I would wait for a response, I would just hear very heavy breathing.
Sounds like you have like some guilt about something in your life that you maybe like have realized but can't necessarily apologize for it to that person. Like maybe you guys are estranged or no longer talk. And it sounds like you're kind of holding on to that.
I've never been on the inverse, on the other side of this, Devin. And I don't know if it's because it's my brain wanting to believe, but I think it makes a lot of sense. I think you're pretty spot on with that. But the big thing was there was never a response. And it sounded like my own breathing.
Oh, maybe. Oh, okay. Maybe you're doing something you don't want to do, and you know you don't want to do it, but you kind of are pushing yourself through it, and yet, like, you know it's not good for you, or you know that, like, you're upset doing it, or that it's not good for you, and you just are, like, apologizing to yourself for it, but can't really make that change due to the fact that it's, like, you know, a cycle. I don't know. Maybe something like that.
So who was the person who decided to sleep in the bed next to me but opposite way? Love you. Thank you so much for being here. And Anna in Space, you as well. Who do you think that person is?
Could it have been you, but in a sort of like reverse way to signify like the fact that you are if what else I said was true, then it would kind of signify the fact that you might be like not living truly like to the path that you feel like you should be on, so you kind of see that reverse image of yourself.
Wow, this is so much to unpack. The only reason, and I had planned to do this dream stream before I did that, and then I realized, wow, I have a serious dream that is so vivid and it's so recent that I have to bring it up at some point. And I feel comfortable talking to you about it because I feel like you know you've done tarot before, so I trust you.
I'm a tarot reader and a psychology major. Like I got a little bit of everything in there to like analyze dreams.
Very nice. Well, I will take that into consideration. Part of me wanted to hear a response and not just breathing, but part of me was also very scared. I woke up like afraid. I thought it maybe was a ghost.
Ghost of your past self, of your former self, or of the person you thought you were going to be and aren't.
Huh. I hate that and I love it at the same time. Well, Devin, this stream is not about me unloading on you. This stream is about me drawing your dreams, and we will use a dream journal, an online dream interpretation journal, to figure out a little bit more of what's going on with your side of things. Now, Fairy Devin, I have here in front of me a piece of paper, a pad of paper that I will be drawing with. I would like you to describe this dream to me. I will draw it for you, and then we will interpret it. I'm excited for this. I'm all ears, Fairy Devin.
Okay, so most of my dreams are very quick and very, like, they go location to location, so I'm just going to, like, shorten it to 2 locations, and you can decide from there what to do. So, because, like, a lot of my dreams oftentimes involve a lot of movement. Anyway, so I was in this classroom, right, because finals week, and I was being lectured by this teacher. I don't know who. She looked kind of familiar, but I didn't really know who she was, but she was, like, there, being kind of rude, kind of mean, and, anyway, Pokemon were real in this, let me say that as well. And so I was holding this little Ralt, which is this little, like, green psychic toddler, and just sobbing. Oop, what?
You said Rolf, right?
Yeah, Ralt, that little onion head psychic toddler.
Yes.
I was just hugging it, just crying, just sobbing while sitting in this desk while the teacher yelled at me, right? And eventually I had enough and I ran outside, and we were just, me and Ralt just took a nap in a field of flowers, and we just had a good time and watched the bees fly by and everything like that after.
Very nice. It has such a happy ending. I will draw this
It did.
this Ralts as well. It has like a
Ralts.
It has like a bowl cut.
Yeah, this bowl cut like onion head. I think Ralts to me looks like if you cut an onion in half and scooped out the inside layers and just put that on a toddler's head, that outside shell. That's a Ralts.
Very nice. So this teacher, this angry teacher who's teaching you, can you remember what this teacher was teaching you? I feel like that's also a little bit important.
I think it was along the lines of like economics and like money stuff.
Ah.
Yeah, it was very much like taxes and stuff, and I was like, I can't do this.
Taxes. Interesting.
Stuff like that. For the record, I do pay my taxes. I do. That's not. Let me clarify that. Like,
just in
for
case
legal reasons.
just in case the IRS is watching this stream, correct?
Yeah, for legal reasons.
Ah. Wow, in a field of flowers. And I know you like to wear overalls, so I tried to give that illusion of you wearing overalls.
I love that you know that. Yeah, I own like 3 pairs, and they're pretty much most of what I wear.
Very nice. All right, let's add a splash of color to this. I want to see, maybe chat has some things to say as well about this dream. Very nice. Very interesting.
Maybe.
There are some good locations. There are some good... Exactly. The IRS. Uncle Sam is always trying to get Uncle Sam's money. Exactly. I hear that. All right. Let's add a splash of color to all this as well. I think that would be nice. And Ralts. Let's add a splash of color to Ralts as well.
Miss Ralts,
Do you keep
the
a dream...
baby herself.
Do you keep a dream journal?
No, I should. I know that the tarot reader Balance These Scales you had on
Yes.
told me to keep one, and so every time I wake up frequently, and I'm like, I should probably write down my dreams, but I just don't. I should though. I should.
It is therapeutic in its own way because it also teaches you what's important from your dreams too. I think the best thing to do is to just write down everything you know, but you'll start to pick up on some things like these places. You'll find the intricacies of your dream, and you'll make sure that you surface those as well.
I should. I probably even have a sketchbook I could use and like draw stuff out for
Ooh.
dream stuff. I probably could.
That's next level. Drawing it is next level. That's what I'm here for, to do for some of it, but I also recommend doing that. I think that's a great idea.
Thanks. Maybe I'll look into it.
I like this. I like this drawing. Let's look through a few things. You've given me
It's
a lot
super
to go
cute.
off of. I have all my dreams.
I definitely did.
In one long notes on my phone. Helps me notice patterns. Wow, I didn't think about that. Like free writing your dreams, just writing them all together.
Oh.
Maybe for a year of your time, you put it into one giant compendium. Yes, text. Speech to text is also a great idea, because then you can really get all of it out there. Very nice. All right, so you're back
Definitely.
in school. Back in school, you're in a classroom.
I sure was.
All right, so being in a classroom setting back in school, perhaps you're about to take a next big step and feel underprepared for it. It can also represent a fear of change. You might be letting a major opportunity pass you by in your waking life because you don't want to shake up things how they are. Being late to class can also mean you're worried about time running out. I wouldn't say you're late to class. I would interpret this as you are making sure that you're making the right choice now. This is your internal monologue saying, is this the correct choice? Is this the incorrect choice? It is a choice signifier.
Oof. Yeah, definitely felt that.
Now, flowers in dreams. Flowers in dreams stand for beauty, joy, and happiness, feeling of fulfillment, and generally have positive interpretations. Do you remember the color of the flowers in this dream?
It was very warm tone, like yellows and oranges.
Ah.
There were some,
Warm-toned
red,
flowers may hint you may have romantic feelings for someone. A sunflower may tell you hard times are behind you and a better life is ahead. So I would take a blend of these two, and I would say, because if they're more of a mixture of red and yellow, saying that is not a specific someone, but a specific something, and that better times are ahead of you. Despite of this change that you are pondering that is causing you slight anxiety.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel that, yeah.
Now we're going to look at...
It's funny
go
you
ahead.
brought up the romantic feelings, because I just swore off dating for a while. Like, I just came to the conclusion where I was like, you know what? I need time for myself. So, that's funny.
Which is great, because I feel, and this is just my experience, that the more time you have to focus on yourself, the more time in the future you'll have to give to someone else, and in the time that you're focusing on yourself, you will grow twofold.
True. I'm trying. Also, I'm just like too busy.
Exactly.
I have too much work going on.
That is
cool.
that is the waking life interpretation, whereas your dreaming life has a different meaning. But it's true. It is good for you. Yes, money, exactly, in space. Filipina, how you doing? Wait a tit. Good points. Needed that. You do need that. Everyone needs that. Because as
100%.
a wise person once said, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love someone else? Now, what would you... I'm trying to look into Ralts. Ralts seems... I don't know what kind... I don't know what Ralts represents. What is Ralts Gallade? I would say that Ralts is somewhat of a mushroom, would you say?
Kinda onion fairy. Mushroomy, yeah.
Onion fairy. I like that. Onion fairy. So let's go with onions in dreams. I kind of like that a lot because it's your interpretation of it. When one dreams of onions, there is a level of unraveling which must be done in order to get to the bottom of a particular issue. I think that this blends well. Here's how we're going to pull it all together. Devin, are you ready?
Yes.
Oh! There is a level of unraveling that is happening right now. It is causing you to feel some anxiety because you feel you want to be making sure that you are making the right decision, even though you know that down the line there are flowers waiting for you in a pasture where you can just hang with one of your favorites, Ralts, who is an onion. You are, this unraveling, you will have a good understanding of this. You have a good relationship with this understanding. And these flowers, good things are going to happen. And it may not be someone right now, but it is something right now. So this thing that you will find or have found already, continue to do it. You will unravel, but know that you are going to be at peace with this unraveling.
Damn. I love that. No, that makes a lot of sense. No, I love that. That's whack.
It's whack. Much in the same way that I felt like things were whack when you described my dream. Very, very rad call. Rad interpretations on both sides. I think they both make sense, and I hope that this dream has brought you some clarity, Fairy Devin.
It absolutely has. Thank you.
Yes.
Right.
And you're welcome for this beautiful picture as well. A very nice picture.
Yeah, thank you. It's so cute.
For an amazing person. Rad call, Fairy Devin. Thank you so much for calling in. That was such a nice little see ya. It was as if you had taken the phone away to put it down. I'd like to think that you hung up on me old style. See ya. And you put it down, and then you'll sit there in your room staring at a blank wall for the next 3 hours. Royless Master, how you doing? Gamma, how you doing? I saw someone said something about... I'd like to quote this. The fucking maestro. I see how leaving out one letter can give you the name that you wanted. I've got some heartburn. I had a burrito today. If you're watching this, you will have a beautiful, happy, and successful life. I wish that upon all of you.
Call from
Alex.
Alex,
Hello.
have you seen the Dream Interpretation stream yet?
No, I have not. Never.
It's
ever.
pretty cool, right? What do you think of this guy over here?
I love that guy, and I like his little sounds that he makes normally.
Yes, now it is all coming together. Now you have been introduced to Peepo.
I like Pipo, and he looks like he's cradling you, like, very gently.
Yes, inquisitively. He has no idea who I am or why I'm here, but likes to jiggle it around a little bit just to make sure I'm alive.
Did you ever see Bee and Puppy Cat?
Yes, I have.
It's like a big fucking square alien that gives him jobs or something. I forget what shape it is. Isn't it a shape? It reminds me of that.
I have seen about 10 minutes of the pilot. I like it, but I haven't seen much more than that. Maybe it's Casey. How you doing? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Galactify. Thanks for getting sleepy with us. Great name.
I have a fast dream.
A what dream?
Fast in both speed and being short.
Ah. I want to first ask you, do you keep a dream journal?
I don't know what's wrong with me, but like I don't dream that frequently.
I don't either. I feel like as a child, I would have them every night, and now I only have them when I'm napping.
Yeah, it's pretty rare. Like maybe a few times a month, I'll wake up and be like, that was a dream.
Ah, Gex says hi. I say hi back. You seem to be the messenger. Welcome in, everyone. I love Geknesh. So, is that something like evolutionarily with us that we just used to dream more as children? Is it because our brains are developing? Is it because there's just so much else on our mind that we don't dream as much now? What do you think? Ricky Spanish. Thank you.
I think my brain just be moving too quick.
Your brain be moving too quick.
My brain be moving too quick. It's like, I think there's just too much fucking just stupid shit going on up there that like...
Wendy thinks it's... Alex, Wendy thinks it's the weed. Is it the weed?
I don't even smoke weed.
Oh, okay.
I literally do not smoke weed,
just in case
so
the
it's not
IRS
weed.
is watching, you want to keep your weed tax-free. I get it. It's okay. You don't have to let anyone know.
I've had dreams about like Excel spreadsheets. If I have a dream, it's mostly like something that I'm like going over in my head and like stressing about, and then like every once in a while I'll have one that's like kind of wacky, and I'm like, what the fuck that means?
I see what you mean. Yeah, I when I was a kid, I remember when I'd have nightmares, I would try to think of really, really, really good things before I went to sleep. And more often than not, it would just blend the two of them, and I would just be afraid of the things that I liked in my waking life then.
It really just poisoned everything then.
Huh. It does. It poisons your brain, much like that weed that you keep smoking, that it's poisoning your brain, Alex.
A secret IRS weed.
It's the IRS weed. The IRS is smoking weed. When I file my tax returns, they must be smoking weed over there.
Probably.
Weed.
Weed.
Enough weed talk. Did you hear my dream earlier? The one where someone crawls into my bed, lays the opposite way across from me. I reach for a walkie-talkie, and I say to it, sorry, over and over, and someone is breathing on the other end of the walkie-talkie.
Yeah, I missed that last part, but now hearing it, that's a spooky dream.
It was spooky. I woke up flustered. I woke up about 3 degrees hotter than I normally am, and I just wanted to know who was on the other line. Now, Devin said it was a different version of myself, an inverted version of myself, perhaps a past version of myself.
Why y'all got walkie-talkies?
That's the better question. Well,
Yeah.
Alex, you have a dream, and I want to draw this dream for you as best I can.
You're going to do a great job.
A little bit terrifying. It was. Maybe a future worm. I hope I'm not apologizing to my future self. That sounds rough. Maybe that sounds that I'm doing better in wherever I am in the future, though. Who knows? Mirror worms, fight to the death. Here's hoping. Let's get a new, fresh page. So you said you have a nice... You dream in brevity, is what you're saying?
Yeah, it's like one thing and then it's done.
Well, I'm all ears. Let me hear this dream of
Okay.
yours.
So I was talking to this other person and we were at a theme park and I was like, I'm going to go on this roller coaster. And they were like, okay, goodbye. And then for the whole roller coaster, I videotaped the roller coaster, but then I played it back and I can see myself flying out of the fucking the strap that holds you the seat of the roller coaster, and I got anxiety watching myself videotape myself on this roller coaster. And then I showed the other person and they were like, why the fuck did you have your phone out? You're a piece of shit. And that was the whole dream.
Wow. I don't know why I am drawing this as a... what is it called? A DSLR camera? So you flew out of the roller coaster.
I was not... My body did not exit the roller coaster. But you know when you ride a roller coaster and you go upside down and you kind of lift out of your seat?
Yes, weightlessness. Okay, weightlessness.
I was very lifted out of my seat.
That's important. Weightlessness.
This is very cute.
Now, I ask this a lot when there are other people in dreams. Did you know this person when you said it was your friend? Or was it a faceless person?
Yeah, she's my coworker.
Your coworker. Okay, so your coworker. Important,
Yeah.
important.
Oh, we're tight. She's cool.
Important. You're tight. It's cool. Nice. This is
tight.
how roller
It's all right.
coasters work. I've been
been a
learning a
while,
lot
but-
about roller coasters. It's a first-person view. This is a first-person view dream. So you're looking at yourself through this camera. A lens, if you will.
I'm holding the camera while I'm on the roller coaster and going upside down and shit. But then I watch the video of me videotaping myself on the roller coaster.
What a trippy drawing this is going to be. This looks like one of my streams. I'm giving you long sleeves with stars on them.
Perfect. I like a good long sleeve.
Let's add some color to this as well. Mirror worms. I gotta refresh the chat going on here. Wow. Hey, thank you, Jorce, for the 69 bits. I missed that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. 69, 69, 69. They'll be back. They always come back. The Money Coaster. The Money Coaster. Let's give you blue hands. With some blue sparkles in this dream that you're having. I like to add color to dreams, you know? Sometimes we don't dream in color.
There is definitely color, so this feels appropriate.
Very nice. And this roller coaster can be pink. I'm using 2 of my favorite colors together tonight in these dreams.
The pink one is very nice.
They are. That looks pretty good. You were on this roller coaster, and you were viewing yourself. All right, so there's a reason your friend was here. A friend in a dream symbolizes an aspect of their personality that you may have avoided or rejected until now, but now you are ready to think about incorporating it into your own life. Is there anything that you like or dislike about your coworker? And hopefully they are watching this stream.
She would never watch.
Wow. Because it
oh my God,
sucks so much. Because my stream is ass.
No. She would tell me I'm fucking weird, but that's okay. We're just different people. That's fine. She's like almost 20 years older than I am, and like has kids and shit. So like we're different people.
Is there a quality about her that you appreciate the most? Cake Buster.
We tend to be on the same page about things that we are like working on together.
Collaboration.
And when we're not, she easily caves to what I want her to do, which is excellent, and I love it.
Collaboration and communication. Working with other people. This is something that you are wanting to incorporate more in your life. Maybe you are a good communicator, but you want it to be better.
I do.
Now, roller coasters in dreams, they can have different meanings. Dreaming of a roller coaster going slow means you want your life to move forward. Perhaps you feel your life is in a rut and not going anywhere. Now, if you're on a roller coaster that is going fast, you might feel that there is some anxiety that you're not aware of, but it comes out in your dreams. Whether you're just dreaming of watching a roller coaster or are actually on the roller coaster itself makes a difference. You are on the roller coaster.
I am on it.
If you are on it, you might be anxious about some unrest in your life. Do you feel any unrest in your life right now?
I sure fucking do.
If you care to elaborate on it, give me a little bit of hints about what aspect of your life you feel unrest about.
I just have I have a lot of things to do in a short period of time, and I keep trying to just pick the next thing that seems the most appropriately important and do that and then move on to the next one. So trying to I just paid a bunch of bills today. Mm-hmm. And I was like, why I bill so much? And it was because I forgot to pay my bill last month. So I gotta get it together.
Aha. Now, weightlessness. I'm pulling this all together already. I see so many patterns. Hang time, it's called. Hang time can mean... Hold on, let's find a better interpretation than this. Weightlessness in dreams. Weightlessness. Get out of here, robot. Floating. Let's keep going. Hold on. Weightlessness is... Okay, perfect. In general, floating dreams are positive in nature. They usually symbolize independence, freedom, acceptance, happiness, satisfaction, and success. This, although it seems scary, a roller coaster can seem scary, it symbolizes good things. Dreaming that we're floating is a common experience for everyone. It may have variations. Dreaming and floating and flying are very different in dreams. But floating, it may have significance that is different than flying. Peace. Steak Headshot.
Ooh.
STK Headshot. Thank you so much for bringing all your amazing, beautiful people here with me. We're doing dream interpretations right now. We have Alex on the phone. Oh, I would say this.
Hi, people.
Turbulence. You're struggling with an issue or trying times may be ahead. Let's pull this all together. Are you ready for this?
I'm so ready.
Working together is the quality that you like in your friend. That is what you need to be using. Now, it is not communication with someone else. It's communication with yourself. Better communication with yourself and understanding what your needs and wants are at the time. Now, there are a lot of things that are causing you anxiety, this roller coaster of life, if you will. Again, STK Headshot, thank you so much, everyone. Can I get a shout out for Headshot? Thank you for being here, everyone. Now, what it truly means is that this anxiety, you need to be able to communicate better with yourself in order to overcome this anxiety in your life. And you will see yourself not missing to pay your rent and not forgetting the things that are important to you. And lastly, the weightlessness, this fear. I know it said it could be positive, but it can also be negative from what I gathered from all of what we have read and gone over. If you continue to have a lapse in your communication judgment, you will find yourself, for lack of better words, going off the rails more often. But if you can harness this ability to communicate with yourself and truly figure out your wants and needs, I recommend a list.
Hey, that was really nice.
Get a list
That
going.
was lovely.
It doesn't have
I
to
need
be
a list.
anything super complicated and complex. It can be something... It's going well, Headshot. It can be something... I have severe heartburn right now.
Oh, no.
I need some milk. I got some eggnog in the fridge. I'm going to get some eggnog after this.
I don't know if the eggnog is going to help you.
I was a
Okay.
fart. I'm afraid to answer that question in fear of looking like an idiot on the internet in front of other people. But Alex, at the same time, it is only weightlessness. You're not flying out of the roller coaster. Get that list going. Learn to better communicate with your own wants and needs, and you will realize that this weightlessness is a good thing and that you are not going off the rails.
I'm going to get a list. Thank you.
He passed away. I like that. Thank you. I internally chuckled. Well, Alex, I hope that this dream interpretation for you is not only a good, beautiful picture, but also is helping you understand better your own desires, wants, and needs.
It is. Thank you so much.
Rad call, Alex. Thank you so much for calling in and being an awesome member of this communication community. Rad call.
Communication community.
Rad draw, rad dream, sweet dreams. Dream big. And as we sit here in the silence, I will... Look at this. Look at this drawing again. Beautiful drawing. Let's find some ethereal music to listen to. Royalty-free ethereal music. Nice searches. Gotta love it. Ooh, here we go. Ambient music. That's only 3 minutes. That's not gonna help us. What about this one? Oh, this is an hour. Very nice. Moneyworms! Welcome, everyone. Thank you all for being here. I hope that you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you're seeing, please go check me out on Instagram, Moneyworms TV. I poured myself a delicious cup of eggnog in time. Wow, this looks great. There's a hair in it. I'm going to drink it. Mm. Thank you, Pigeon. I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing. It's good for the heartburn. I know, it's chalky. You need this chalky thing. Self-poured with Santa nut hair garnish. Exactly, Gamma. Sometimes you gotta have a little bit of extra oomph from Santy. Does the hair have protein? I hope so. Mm-hmm.
Call from
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going well. I have a nice cup of delicious ice-cold eggnog here.
I heard that before I turned off the string to call. Do you have carrots though?
Carrots?
Yeah.
No, why?
If you eat like half a carrot, it will get rid of heartburn.
Really?
You just
What
have
is-
to eat it slow.
You gotta eat it cold.
Slow.
Slow.
Because the juice is what neutralizes the stomach acid.
Ah, carrot juice. Could I just drink
Mhm.
carrot juice?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm assuming you probably could, but I think it's something about like the act of chewing and then slowly ingesting the juice.
Hmm. Who told you this? This sounds like someone who just wanted to get you to eat carrots.
It was from this like 50th anniversary of Grandma's remedy things, but it actually worked because that was one of the only things that helped when I was pregnant with my son for heartburn.
Hmm. Perhaps I too am pregnant with my
Wow.
son.
We should hope so, because then you'd be a modern medical marvel.
Triple M. I can only
Yes.
hope. Welcome to the wormhole. Bunkbot, how you doing? My son was on the walkie-talkie. I was apologizing to my future son. That is so... It's bleak. But maybe it was just because I forgot... or I was late to pick my future son up from karate or something.
Oh, can't do that.
Listen, everyone. Maybe someday. We never know. Well, who am I speaking with? Who is this?
Pippa?
Pippa. I always say Pippe.
Yeah, most people do.
That is one thing that I love about the holidays. Let's get a close-up of this.
Oh.
One of the things that I love most about the holidays is eggnog. Some people can't stand it.
Well, those people are wrong.
It's good by itself. It is good with some nutmeg in it. It's good with some alcohol in it. It's good all around.
It's good in cheesecake.
You put it in cheesecake?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I
So
got a
good.
tiny bit of it. I think I'm going to drink all of it tonight, and I'll be ashamed in the morning when I have to expel the demons from inside of me. But that's for another time, Pippa.
Yeah. That's another stream.
My father would
On a
hunt
different
it out all year, lived on the stuff. Yeah, that's the thing, Wendy Portledge. There's not enough people that are making year-round eggnog. It's a year-round... It can be a year-round drink, Pippa.
Definitely.
Why do we drink it only in the holiday season?
To make it seem, I don't know, more like, ooh, it's a special holiday item, like getting the bunny peeps at Easter time. But now they make peeps for every holiday, so it's not as fun.
Oh, it's good in coffee. That does sound good. Yes, nutmeg
And
and egg.
milkshakes.
Nog hunt, yes. To push the purchasing. Celestial rays, yes, but don't you feel if you took half your marketing budget and you spaced it out during the first 9 months of the year, and then you also took half of it and you pushed it out during the holidays, don't you feel that you would have a more steady influx of eggnog drinkers?
Maybe it's something with the production line. Like, because most companies, there's very few that I've seen anyways around here. There's very few places that specialize just in eggnog. A lot of it's like dairies that for the holidays will do like a series of eggnog, and then once they're out, they're gone for the season or whatever. So maybe it's something like that, just because of the changes in the ingredients and the pasteurization and all of that stuff.
And I do.
But
I get very specific targeted ads on Instagram. It's just a glass of eggnog. There is no text. I just know that it's eggnog, and I just know I must consume it.
Yeah.
I will not be reading the ingredients of eggnog because, 7-Eleven eggnog. That sounds good. I picked mine up at the grocery store, but I have seen it at gas stations. I'd be more willing to buy eggnog from a gas station than actual milk. I don't know what it is.
Oh, yeah.
There's something about buying milk from a gas station that makes me feel uneasy inside, Pippa.
Oh yeah, milk. There's certain things you just can't get at a gas station. Milk is one of them, absolutely. Sushi is another one.
What did you say? The little a gas station egg sandwich? What did you say?
I said sushi?
Oh,
I was going to say egg sandwich next.
Which is interesting because one of my friends was telling me that when she was in the Far East, when she was in China, they had amazing sushi at their 7-Elevens.
Yeah, I think sushi from China gas stations or China mini marts would probably be much different quality level than anything in the States.
Yeah, I have seen a lot of CBD being marketed by the gas station industry as well. You get a little bit of gas and you get a little bit of gas.
Yeah.
Asian 7-Eleven is next level. Yes, that's what I've heard. I've heard that they're almost like a Wawa here, which I would feel comfortable buying anything from Wawa, even human organs.
Well, that seems like something that you would find good quality at a Wawa.
Yes. Oh, look at that little inquisitive rat. Remember when everything was plastered with cigarette posters? Yes, I do remember that. And it made me want to try them because I think it works saying we shouldn't do that. Well, we're not here to talk about organs or cigarettes or eggnog. We're here to talk about dreams, Pippa.
Yes.
What do you think? Who do you think was on the other line of that walkie-talkie in my dream, if you had seen that portion of this stream?
I did see that portion. I have a feeling it could be sort of you're like the audience member of someone either doing astral projection or a spirit something that was trying to talk to you. That's why you didn't know who it was. You knew you were somewhere else and you weren't sure who the person was, but you were trying to talk to them. And with the apologizing, it was because you couldn't hear them.
Ah, I like that better. That makes it seem like I was not, hey, Purple Pine, thanks for getting sleepy with us. That makes me feel infinitely better because it makes me realize that it is not something that I'm sorry for, that I wronged that person, but it was just because I need to hear them. Maybe it's a communication issue. Maybe it's a I'm not listening issue. Maybe I'm not listening to what my past or future self was wanting to say, Pippa.
Yes.
And I also
I know, like, walkie-talkies are a communication thing. Usually it's a communication in the sense of you being, like, the audience to some other astral thing. And then when you're laying in bed with someone and your heads are facing opposite ways, it's because you're just on different sound lengths. Like, you're over here in Kentucky and they're over in Hawaii, and you're trying to like talk through phones on strings.
Mm-hmm. And I am here in Kentucky, and all of you are in Hawaii, so it makes so much more sense to me now. And the eggnog is the best in Hawaii. Has the mahalo. It does. It has the best eggnog. Well, it's not about me tonight. It's about you. Do you have a dream that you can remember, either from your childhood, a repeating one, or one that you had recently that you would be willing to share with us, and then we can look at it together and find hidden meaning in this dream?
Well, I have far too much experience with dreams. I do have one repeating one that just kind of like continued on a story that I had already started dreaming at some age, and then eventually, I think around like 14 or 15, I stopped having that dream or continuing on to it. That was a scary, weird one though.
So this one I always try to ask that too. This is one that has occurred multiple times over the course of your lifetime. These are the juiciest kind of dreams. These are the dreams that are deep, deep down inside of us. They usually have a lot. They will change too. They will either get scarier, or you'll have a different perspective on them. Perhaps your bum, you know. Agreed. Well, let's listen to this. I'm all ears, Pipe.
Okay. So the start of this dream, the first time I had it, I was probably around like 6 or 7. And I had, just a couple years going to school. And where our school was and where my house was about a mile, like, going uphill towards the school.
We're going uphill.
So for some reason,
going uphill both ways.
Just the one way. The way back was even weirder. But so for some reason, I was walking up the hill to school, and when I got, I don't know, probably like a couple blocks away, I started realizing that there was a lot more cars in the area than there normally would have been for where that spot is. And that there was like police cars and ambulances and things like that, like emergency whatever vehicles. But there's no people. So I see all these cars and like people of authority or whatever, and no one is around. There's no sounds. There's no like kids in hallways or anything, or even just the people in the houses nearby. Nothing. So then I get closer to the school, and I realize that I don't see anyone out there either. There's no people in the classrooms. The lights are on. No one's there. Some windows are open. Some doors are open. Some are closed. But I decided to go into the school anyways to try to find where everyone went. And so I go down these little stairs between the classrooms and where you wait for the bus by the front of the building. And when I got to the bottom step, the whole, like, the weight of the air changed. Everything got heavy and, like, scary, and I knew something was wrong, but I wanted to find someone, so I kept walking. And I get past probably like 3 classrooms, and around a corner, I can hear footsteps. And they're like kind of heavy, and like one drags a little bit, so there's like this like shuffling sound. And then I see a person come around the corner who has a knife in their hand, and their whole front of their clothes are covered in blood. And as soon as I saw them, they saw me, and we locked eyes for a second, and I turned around to run. Because I'm like, fuck that. Not gonna talk to nice guy, because they don't go to this school. So the typical, like, it's a dream, so I feel like I can't run very fast, yet this guy is walking at normal pace and catching up to me. But I finally get back onto the street and can run normal speed again. And I run down the end of the block to the store right there when you turn to go into the school. And the building had the same name on it, but when I went inside, it was this like old-fashioned, not even like old-fashioned, but like, I don't know, like 60s or 70s style. Like everything was covered in burgundy velvet. And there was like cherry wood accents for stuff. So it was a dark, dark restaurant. And there's all these like booths, and it had like the amber colored glass ashtrays on all of them, and the amber glass like light fixtures that you'd see over like pool tables and stuff. And I went and sat down in the booth and was just kind of like trying to duck down and hide and look behind to see if I could see this guy coming up the street. And I couldn't see anyone, so I was like, okay, gotta figure out what the hell's going on. And the waitress comes over and sets down a glass of water, and I go to take a drink. And when I look down, there's an eyeball looking at me with bright green eyes. Like the prettiest shade of eye green I've ever seen. Just kind of bobbing in the water. So then I set that down, and I look up, and the waitress is the guy with the knife. And I leave and start running back down the hill towards my home. But the sides of the roads are kind of doing a pendulum, like swaying back and forth thing. And they're starting to like scoop up like a skateboard ramp type shape. And then there's sections like every 10 feet is just swinging. So I'm having to traverse this swinging skateboard ramp thing to try to get home, and I got like halfway through it, and that was the last time I had the dream.
The last time you had this dream was, how old were you?
I was like 14.
Wow. Cool picture. A cup eyeball. This was a fun one to draw.
Yeah.
There's a lot to this dream. There's so
Eyeball.
much. I'm going to pick a
There's
few
a lot.
things. This is interesting, though, and you said you haven't had it since. You really haven't had it since. Like, you haven't had it in the last, like, 10 years or so? And in space. Thank you so much for the 100 bits. I appreciate you.
Not that I can remember, but so many of my dreams are so vivid that half the time I don't even know if I'm dreaming or if I'm awake and, like, reality is real. Or because there was a long period of time where I'd wake up and do exactly what I do when I go to sleep. Like, in my dreams, I was waking up to repeat my daily activity of not very much other than drinking and playing WoW. And then I go to bed, and I go to bed and wake up and do that. So I kind of had this disassociation from whether I was dreaming or awake. But I was also taking a lot of Seroquel then because I had a really shitty doctor.
Gotcha. This is one that I might have to write a few things down for. Automobiles. Are you ready to look at this?
Oh.
Hey, MNA Rex. Thank you again for the follow. I missed that. All right. Are you ready to hear this dream interpretation, Pippa?
I am.
Shout out to WoW. Exactly. All right. Oh, this is a juicy drawing. A lot of the blue was very juiced. Automobiles, journey. Automobiles represent a journey in your life. Now, the fact that there's so many of them and no one's there, it almost feels as if there are all these options for you for journeys, but no one is really helping you decide where to go or giving you advice on how to do it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The next thing, a school. You arrive at a school. School in dreams. Again, we saw this again earlier. A fear of change. A fear of change. Now this person, hey, nah, goodbye. Appreciate you being here. Happy birthday, Fable. this school represents the fear of change. Now, the person that you saw, was it a stranger? Did they have a face? Was it someone that you knew?
No, it was definitely a stranger. They were wearing a clown outfit, though.
Oh, you didn't mention that. Clowns. Ooh. My thing just popped. Clowns in dreams. What do they mean? Clowns. Was it, if it was a murderous clown, are you ready for this one? Evil clowns
Oh, God.
in dreams is a trouble in reality. It symbolized a two-faced person who is trusted, but very soon a kind and reliable friend can turn into a maniacal movie clown and murderer. Fearsome.
Oh, God.
It is a clear indication of the hard work that you will soon have to do. So a clown, hard work. An evil clown. We are also going to look at knives. Knives represent separation and emotional conflict. Separation.
Yeah.
And the last one is this eye in this soup. Eyes in dreams. And we'll even look at the color green, because you specifically mentioned the color green. Dreaming about an eye that is not your own means fear of judgment. Fear of judgment. We're going to pull this all together. I already see kind of the story that you are building for yourself. Ah, yes. Wool. Agreed. The color green in dreams. A new start. Are you ready to go through this dream with me, Pipe?
I am.
All right. Are you sure, Kim? Thank you so much for getting sleepy with us. I appreciate you. Are you sure, Kim? No! I need some more eggnog after this one. Now, I can't read that at all. What does the first one at the top say? It is the cars, a journey. This journey is this journey of life. Now, no one is helping you decide. That is what the second thing represents that we talked about, which was, what was that? I can't see.
There was cars and no one there.
Cars and no one there. Yes, no one there to help you make the decisions. Or that you feel you did not get the help that you wanted in all of these decisions. Not that there wasn't anyone there, but that you weren't getting the resolution that you wanted. Now the second thing, the school, again, that represents, boy, I'm actually gonna do this stream not looking at this because then now I have this. All right, second one, what is it? Fear of change. The fear of change. You don't want things to change at this time that you had this dream. You are happy with the way that things were going. But, again, you're on this journey. No one is really helping you with this change. Now, the clown, it represents this change required a lot of hard work. A lot of hard work that you may not have been prepared for. It was scary to you. It was chasing you. It was behind you. Perhaps it wanted to end you. But you got away from it. You kept running. The next thing, separation. Separation of both yourself from a lot of things that were happening in the past, but also the ability to separate what was truly important to you at that time, at that moment. But you still have an overwhelming sense of fear about judgment, the way that people would see how you were going to handle this. The separation and the choices that you made, you don't know if it truly was the right one. However, it all comes back when you seek the refuge of this velvety building, which is it's a place that you feel comfortable with. It's a place that you eat. It's a routine place. You find comfort in the routine. But that you know that last thing, that eyeball that you were looking at, it's actually a new start for you. It is not, you do not see this as a bad thing anymore. This dream kind of comes full circle. You know that you have to have a fresh start. That's what's important to you. That's what you separated out of all of this. Now, at the time that you had this dream, does any of that apply to that time window?
In so many more ways than I can even begin to articulate. That's fucking nuts, man.
Anus tart. Is there anything that you feel comfortable sharing? You don't have to. You can internalize all of it, or you can give us an abridged version. What do you feel?
So,
yes.
The abridged version would be that when I was 7-ish, around when I started having this dream, there was a fire and an explosion that my mom and 2 youngest sisters were in. They all made it, but my mom was going to prison, and I didn't know why. I just knew that my mom was going to be gone now, and
Wow.
my sisters went and lived with other family. And then when I was around 14, 15, when I stopped having the dream, I had started finding out more about why my mom was in prison.
Wow.
So all of that totally jives, because my whole world was flipped upside down, and the people that I thought were supposed to help me and help guide me in life were just gone, and I had no choice in it. And then finding out more about what had really happened kind of gave me a new look at how to proceed forward in my own skin and how to deal with this long period of not knowing anything and just kind of speculating on my own.
It would explain the lack of people in the cars. It would explain this stranger, this feeling of unknown, really, in the school. That's where all this took place. You thought that you could outrun in the school, but really you were slower there. You had to get out of that. You had to make a lot of split-second decisions as a young person that no one else was truly able to help you with. And you somewhat felt, was this a right call for all of this? Will you be judged with the way that you handle it? But you did understand with that green eye that it was a chance for a new start and understanding and learning, hopefully, from all of that. And I'm glad that everyone is safe from that explosion. But that is, I cannot say that I've ever experienced that kind of a traumatic event, which would also explain why I'm not having a dream like this. But that's very deep. That's a lot in that dream, and it's something that I can tell it truly sticks with you. You remember so many pieces of this. But something truly happened. If you're not having this anymore, something truly happened at 14 that you feel that you could put a lot of this in the past, and that new start, that green eye, that's all you needed. You just took that eye and you're gone with it, and you don't have this dream anymore. It's been resolved in a way.
Yeah, which is fucking rad stream, man.
Rad call. Rad story. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing an abridged version. I hope that this was not. I hope this was beneficial for you and not too painful for you.
It was super beneficial.
Very nice. I'm glad. I'm glad that we can gather here on the internet and do cool things. Well, Pippa, very rad call. This was very interesting. I hope you enjoy this image of this drawing as well.
I do.
And if you ever have this dream again, you now have a better understanding. You have been there before, and you have found that green eye. That green eye is key for you wherever you find it, whether it be in this felt building, outside on the grass. Make sure you take yourself out of the school and look for that green eye.
Okay.
Rad call.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Rad call. Calls for some more eggnog, if you will. Hopefully, I am quick and swift in my eggnog getting. Oh, I'm not that fast.
Call from
Tim shuts the door.
Tim shuts the doors.
Hi. How are you, Moneyworms?
I am doing well. I am still unpacking the last call, which was very interesting.
Yeah, that was a very good call. I feel like we really made. Well, you made a lot of progress in that call. Like there was a lot of we all went into that call. The chat, the caller, we all went into the call and came out differently on the other side. We all walked away different people than when we went in.
That is the ultimate goal, Tim. It is both that it is nothing is real and entirely too real at the same time. We all live different lives but have shared experiences and shared understanding of the world, Tim.
Exactly. The greatest power each human possesses is empathy. And I feel like that call really brought it out of all of us. We were able to really empathize with one another and really get down to understand each other and how we all feel. And I thought it was beautiful. It was a very rad call.
It was indeed. Such a vivid dream with so many signs and signifiers. And we were able to work through all of them by the power of adding notes to the top of the drawing that I couldn't even read, Tim.
Maybe it's better that way. It kind of leads to the ambiguity of emotions.
That's true, Tim.
And dreams.
I'm really enjoying this dream stream as well. I had planned.
I love the dream streams. They might be my favorite streams.
I think we're gonna kick these to midnight. I had planned on going to Club Silver after this, but you know what? I'm just enjoying this too much from everyone.
Yeah, Club Silver's always waiting for us, But we haven't had a Club Silver night in quite a. Actually, no. The last time we had a Club Silver night, I drank the Death Juice and got banned, which was probably like 2 months ago.
Yes.
But no, 3 months ago maybe. We haven't had a dream stream in ages. It's probably been since like May.
It's been a bit. I agree. It's been too long, and you know what? I need to show it some love, Tim. I'm trying to do something where I throw it back retro at least once a month. And tonight, I was really feeling the dream stream, Tim.
You should bring while we're on retro. You gotta bring back some of the dragons. Bring back Fred. We haven't seen Fred in a hot minute.
We haven't seen Fred Durst in a hot minute. I would love to do another Slumber Party stream. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Remember those?
Slumber Party was fun. Yeah, that was what I want to say. I want to say that was August. Might have been June or July. I know it was summer.
Yes. It's been quite some time since we played MASH, Painted Nails. We will find more. There are an infinite amount of games that we can play at a Slumber Party, Tim.
I think that's what makes Slumber Parties so fun. Anything can happen at a Slumber Party. Slumber Parties are part of the experience where you find out who you truly are as a person. There's no greater look into yourself than at a Slumber Party.
Dreidel at a Slumber Party. Yeah, that's what you do, and it truly is. It is the end of Hanukkah. We're nearing the end of Hanukkah, Tim, and you couldn't kick it off with a better way of drinking a little bit of eggnog, doing some dream interpretations, and talking about all the streams you did like 8 months ago.
This is like your Hanukkah gift to us is analyzing our deepest darkest emotions in our dreams.
It is. Gary Businator, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate you, Gary Businator.
I love that
Yes.
username so much.
It is. It's very nice. It's very. Gary Busey is one of my favorites, and just to know that Gary Busey is out there keeping the world a better place. I'm drinking a lot of eggnog tonight, Tim. What is your feeling on eggnog?
Eggnog?
Yes.
I was going to talk about. Well, I mean, eggnog is a drink that I technically cannot drink. Because I am not of age and I do not do illegal things. I am a good law-abiding door boy.
I hate to break it to you, Tim. Eggnog.
Wait, does eggnog not have alcohol in it?
Eggnog is entirely legal to drink. You are
Are
allowed.
you kidding?
You are allowed to drink eggnog, Tim.
Wait. This entire... You mean it... I have gone my entire life thinking that there was alcohol in eggnog. Like, this is, like, groundbreaking to me. Like, I have literally thought this entire time that there was alcohol. Like, that, like, eggnog was always, like, had, like, a little bit of something in it.
Yes.
So you're saying that yes, as in there is something in all, like there is alcohol in the eggnog? I am confused.
I'm saying that eggnog, it does not have any alcohol in it, but that you have gone your entire life thinking that eggnog has alcohol in it.
So, this is earth-shattering to me. Like, wow. I could have been nogging all this time. I could have been egging my nog on, man, and it's this entire time I've been letting a little bit of devil's juice or whatever you want to call it stop me.
You have. Your misunderstanding for what eggnog truly is has kept you from experiencing this delicious, delicious ooze. I implore you to go out and find your local eggnog distributor, buy their incredible marketing, and try to taste the nectar if you choose.
Wow. I gotta go out and find myself some eggnog this holiday season, get in the jolly mood, and maybe I'll have to report back to you. And after I've done a bit of noggin, and just tell you my thoughts.
How does it feel at this very moment to know that your whole life you thought that eggnog was alcoholic?
Well, I compare it to the time in which I found out that O'Reilly Auto Parts was not just a local brand. It's really like it shatters my view of the world. Honestly, it's like I honest to God, like, just can't believe it. It's like when I found out O'Reilly Auto Parts was just not restricted to the Mid-Atlantic East Coast area. That was like crazy to me. My mind was blown. That was like the Tim and Eric gif where the guy, like his mind is like,
Mm-hmm.
Like all this time, the O'Reilly Auto Parts. Ow! Like that had been like a commercial that had been aired all across the country. And here I was thinking like I was making some obscure references whenever I brought it up.
Yeah.
And no, everyone knew what I was talking about the entire time.
How old?
That's what I feel like right now with this eggnog. It's like, how have I been so wrong all this time?
How did you go your entire existence thinking that something was forbidden to you? It has always been available to you, and the only thing stopping you was something that was entirely incorrect, Tim.
Well, I mean, theoretically, I could have always drank some eggnog if I wanted to. I'm just not a big fan of alcoholic beverages. Alcohol makes me feel sick. But now that I know that this entire time my perception was wrong, and that I could have been getting my nog on this entire time, it's quite frankly, it's like I can't even begin to describe what the emotions that I'm feeling right now. Every call is a journey, Moneyworms, with you, but it's like this one in particular. This one really opened my eyes to the possibilities that are in this universe. Nothing you ever think is verifiably true unless you really, I don't know where I'm going with this thought, but you get what I'm saying, right?
I do. And this thing that you're feeling, it is the effects of the mind blow that you're feeling, Tim. And I just want you to know that eggnog is delicious. It is only available during the holiday seasons, and it is entirely fine to drink eggnog, even if you are underage to drink alcohol. That isn't to be said that you won't have an intense feeling. Some might even call it eggnog drunk, which I am experiencing right now. But it is not because of the alcohol. It is because the drink...
Because of the nog?
It is. It's just the nog, Tim.
Makes sense. This eggnog. It sounds pretty life-changing.
It was for me. I hope it is for you. And even if it's not, this moment was life-changing for you, because you now realize that you could have been drinking. You now realize you could have been drinking eggnog this whole time, Tim.
Yeah. You really should put your streams in the educational section on Twitch, Moneyworms, because we're learning things tonight. We're learning things about each other and ourselves and life. It's really, you're teaching us things, Moneyworms.
I am. And if there's anything you learned today, it's that you can go out today to your local store, pick up a fresh jug of nog, consume it, and drive home, and you will be fine.
Yes. I love it.
Amazing, Tim. Already this has been a rad call. But we're not here simply to just drink a quarter gallon of eggnog, which may or may not happen tonight on my end. We are here to talk about dreams, Tim.
We are. And, well, as you know, I have had my dreams analyzed to many times over. We have analyzed, I can remember at least 3, maybe 4 dreams.
They're always 4, incredibly long, Tim, and I hope you give me a nice one that's not too long, and it's
well, I will try.
Nice, and it will make sense. Tim, I'm listening to this dream.
I don't remember which ones I have done already. I know I've done the pizza delivery dream. I know I've done the magic war dream. I know I've done the traveling turtle dream, and I know I've done.
You did the traveling turtle dream where I drew like 900 things.
Yes. Don't forget. Well, you drew just as many things for the pizza dream as well.
I did.
think there was another one. There was another dream you drew. I don't remember what it was. Whatever it was. I think I can get one. I think I got one. So as I've said before, that all my dreams are very weird.
They are.
They're
because you're not drinking eggnog. You need the eggnog to level your head, Tim.
Yes. Well, you know, oftentimes these dreams will make my nightmares completely crazy as well. Both for good and for bad. I mean, unfortunately, as I've grown up, I feel like it's been more of a curse than a blessing. But when I was young, it certainly gave me some very, very interesting nightmares. This inventive imagination that I do have. My most reoccurring nightmare that I had as a child had involved the THX robot. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about, Moneyworms?
Of course, it was George Lucas's first film.
No, I don't think you do know what I'm talking about. Do you? Hold on. The THX robot. Have you ever watched like old VHS tapes? Of course you have. There was in these old VHS tapes. There was like sometimes, you know, like how the production companies would play like their logos or whatever before the movie started.
Yes. Tim,
well,
I'm about to teach you another thing. THX
are you?
1138, The Robot, the American social science fiction film, directed by George Lucas, is his feature film directorial debut.
I really should have known this. Although, this is not the robot that I was thinking of.
Who are you thinking of?
So, there, you know, if you'll let me finish, you know how the studios will oftentimes like show their logos like before a movie begins on old VHS tapes.
Yes, Tim. And
there was a company called, well, I don't know. I guess it was just THX because that's all that was. Here, hold on, I'm gonna. Yeah, it was made by George Lucas. Okay, so you had that part right, but they had a robot that would always play. That was like always shown. He had a red cap, was wearing like a red shirt, and like he had this like thing, like this little box that like whenever he tilted it, it would move. And like he was every time he would like repair the THX symbol or whatever the fuck. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna send you a photo. Give me 1 sec. Let me find this. Let me find a photo of this guy.
Tim, it's one and the same. It is all from the same universe, Tim. That
you do
logo,
not understand.
that sound.
You need to understand this horrifying being that would appear in my nightmares that I was absolutely shit your pants scared of.
Are you sending it in the Discord?
I can send it in the Discord. Give me 1 sec.
Where were you going to send it? You can send it wherever you want.
I was just going to send it to the Google Voice, text it over the Google Voice number, but I can absolutely... You know,
you can do that.
Can you show it on stream if I send it to the Google Voice number? Or
yes, I can, Tim. Yes, I can.
We'll do that then. We'll do that. So I will send it to you right now. This motherfucker right here, okay? Now, this guy, I was absolutely terrified of as a child. Like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He haunted my nightmares. Now, when I was very young, it was always the same dream. The dream would start, I'd be sitting in the middle of my living room. TV was playing, and I always knew, oh shit, I gotta hide. and I would have maybe 15 seconds to hide. And after those 15 seconds were up, the TV would change the channel, and the THX robot would appear. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And he would look into the room and see, like, look around and see, like, what's going on here? Where is he? Where is he hiding? Now, if I showed myself, he would come out of the screen, and then he would take me away, and just like he would like make me leave my house forever and take me away from my parents, and just not. I don't know but it was always he would take me away. That's how it would end. But if I remained hidden, the TV would eventually turn off. And if I ran to my front door and looked outside, I could see him turning the corner of the street at the top of my cul-de-sac, and he would start like wheeling his way to my house. And he would be coming for me. And he would always take me away every single time. So I would have just been delaying the inevitable. Now, as I grew up, eventually it just became that he was trying to kill me, which is kind of sad. That as a youth, it was very like it started as worst case scenario, he takes me away from my parents. Then as I grew up, he's like, oh no, he wants to kill me. He will kill me. And it was always it's half the time I would accept my fate and just jump out in front of the TV and let him get me, and half the time I would let him. I would prolong my fate and let it go. Now, eventually, when I was 7, I tried something new. Once the TV turned off and he was coming to get me, I ran away. I went out the back door and ran until I got to the Halloween store, the Spirit Halloween store that is at a shopping center about 5 miles or so from my house. And there, I picked up some candy and started to eat it. And as I walked home, I began to cross the street. And have you ever like had a dream where you start walking across the street and all of a sudden your legs stop working?
Yes.
Well, that's what happened here. I eventually started walking, and I get about halfway across the street, and my legs just stop working, and I can't take any more steps. And eventually, I start crawling. I start crawling across the street, dodging and weaving cars. Now, every time that I had a dream like this before, where my legs gave out and I started having to crawl across the street, I would always die. I would always get run over. But this time was different. This time I actually made it across to the other side. And from there, I just sat there and acknowledged, wow, I did it. I made it. And I sat down on the side of the road on a nice big rock, and I ate my candy. And that was the end of the dream. And you want to know what's crazy, Moneyworms?
What? What is crazy? What is crazier than this THX robot?
After this dream, I never had the THX robot never appeared in my dreams again.
Wow.
And I never had a dream again where my legs stopped working in the middle of the street. Somehow, I was able to conquer 2 dreams, 2 nightmares of mine, in one dream.
Wow.
I defeated 2 stones, or 2. No, I was going to use a 2 birds, 1 stone reference, or not reference, but you get what I'm saying. I defeated two lifelong terrors of 7-year-old me
Yes.
in just one night. And I always thought that was rather remarkable.
We'll have to see what this means, because it could mean quite the opposite, Tim. It could mean that you may see THX again. Well, we won't know until we go through this dream. I don't want to give you false hope, Tim.
I really wonder if anyone else was like. I want to know if there was anyone else out there that like was as petrified of the THX robot as I was, because I was like terrified of this thing. And like whenever I would watch movies and he would play before the beginning of the movie, and I know there's a scene in the movie Over the Hedge where the 3 like baby porcupines turn on the TV, and the THX logo thing plays on the screen. And I always hid whenever any mention of THX was brought up, because I was scared.
Which is so many movies, and it's so many things that George Lucas himself had either had a part in, or his
especially in the
sound
early 2000s. It felt like every movie had played that before the movie started.
That was part of his company that he started after. He named it after this film, Tim. You're learning so much tonight.
You know,
let's go through this.
I think I knew of the one that you were referencing, but it wasn't the one I was thinking of. I didn't realize that the THX robot that I was thinking of was also the mascot for a company of George Lucas, though. That was news to me. And you see, you're just teaching us more things. This is just pure education.
You're right. I should be in the educational section in Twitch. You are absolutely right, Tim Chesadors. Let's go through this dream and see if it means truly what we think it all means.
I'm excited.
Tim.
Yes.
I am working through heartburn, so you may hear me.
Oh gosh.
Burp into the microphone.
Should I call the fire department? It's not good
bad.
if your heart's on fire.
Listen, my heart burns for many things, but tonight, heartburn is not one of them. Or maybe it is. Hold on, I got some Altoids. Let me crush up a bunch of Altoids and see if that helps.
Maybe get some Tums.
I know, I need some fucking
Tums.
That is also a nationwide thing. Jingle.
Yes, I know. That one I knew. There are a couple companies I had just recently realized that were not local like I thought they were. O'Reilly was one of them. Do you know the restaurant chain Cheeseburger?
No.
Yeah, there's not many around, but I did research on there used to be one in my area, and it had some really good burgers. And then I did some research and found out that no, they were actually all over the place. There's a couple others in the U.S., and it actually made me really sad that it wasn't just this thing that was in my area that I was able to cherish as a kid. No, other people had it too. There was also Bugaboo Creek, which is a restaurant that was kind of cool, and that was apparently a chain restaurant as well that shut down in my area. But yeah, there was a lot of chains A lot of
chains.
national brands
Let's
that I
unchain
didn't
this
realize
dream.
were actual
We're gonna
chains.
unchain this dream, Tim. I had some
Yes.
Altoids, and that seems to be helping. I don't know if
Please,
that's
teach me.
placebo effect. Anyone in chat, if you're there, do Altoids help with heartburn, or is that just a placebo effect?
Yes, were those the moose. It was they had a song every time that you went there. I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic, but
Mint
they had a
helps,
song every
Tommy.
time you went there.
Mint helps, Tommy. Mint helps. Head empty. Robots in dream, Tim. To dream of a
I am
robot
sorry.
represents a mechanical,
I'm sorry.
methodical, no, you're fine, and rigid thinking style, automatic thinking or response that are not thought out. Thoughts that are made methodically, rigidly, and sometimes preemptively, Tim. Keep that in mind. Cars.
Well, that would describe most of my dreams.
This is not helping the heartburn. Cars. Oh, it's like a burning inside. I digress. Cars are representative of a journey that you are taking, and this robot represents this methodical way of thinking that you may or may not have to break. But when you had this dream, you only were thinking one-dimensionally when you should have been thinking multi-dimensionally, Tim.
Fascinating.
Now, yes?
How would you recommend that I think multi-dimensionally? Maybe this is a problem that I still have?
Well, let's get there. Let's figure out the rest of this dream because there's still more pieces to it. Candy. You said candy.
Course.
Candy was the ultimate goal of this. You were able to eat your candy at the end of this, unbothered by this robot, which you may have already conquered. So let's keep going. What does it mean to dream of candy, Tim? To dream of candy. It means that you will fall in love. You didn't have a lot of luck in previous relationships, and you didn't find out what you needed. You knew that their feelings were not completely mutual. Since you have started to lose hope of finding the right person, you will not pay any attention when someone shows interest in you. However, you will meet someone who will be really understanding and be ready to advise you. They will support you in difficult moments, so you will relax quickly and forget about the failures. Now, here's the thing. This dream happened a long time ago. This doesn't have to be a significant other friendship or relationship. This can be a relationship with friends, family members, relationships in general. So keep that in mind when we're thinking about this context, that you got that candy at the end of it. You found this relationship that was truly meaningful to you, that was symbiotic of both you and the person. You offered, they gave, you gave, they gave, Tim. And you said, lastly, that there was a giant rock.
Yes, there was.
What does it mean to dream about rocks, Tim? Dreams...
Maybe, was the rock my rock? Was it grounding me?
Perhaps. To dream of rocks represents hardness, strength, permanence, feelings in situations and relationships or problems that are fundamentally difficult or unfeeling. Now, the fact that you have not had this dream again, Tim, is very, very important to this. You have this robot, okay? This robot that is symbolizing a rigid way of thinking, much how a rock is rigid. But you had this thought at one point. Then you find that you are able to avoid it. And how do you celebrate? You celebrate with meaningful friendships. Much like you had told me in a past dream that you appreciate the being around friends. I believe this is the crucial moment where you started to realize that friendship trumps all other gifts, all other necessities, and all other things. And that is, it is a lasting thing. It is hard as a rock. It is sturdy. It is rigid. It is permanent. This is something that since you have not had this dream, and since that you have put friendship on a pedestal, and you have truly focused on that being important to you, the sweet taste of friendship, this will continue to be permanent. Now, the second that you start to view material goods or things and you do not have time for people, or they do not have time to you, and your friendships begin to suffer, that's when this THX robot is going to come out of that TV screen and kill you again.
Wow. Jeez, Moneyworms, way to fucking scare me like that, man. I didn't come to your stream to be told that I'm gonna die. Good gosh, dude.
In your dream.
Should I be frightened for my life now? Like, jeez.
It is symbolic, Tim. Our dreams are not real. Much like how you thought that eggnog all your life had alcohol in it. Dreams are not real, Tim.
Gonna be honest, Moneyworms. I don't see the connection between those two.
It's all right, Tim. You'll realize it someday. You need to. It's because you have not imbibed the eggnog, and as soon as you do, you'll understand that your life will have significantly more meaning when you give it that oomph of the egg.
So you're saying that if I just get my nog on, all my problems will be solved?
I'm saying, Tim, that this friendship thing is a lot more important than you think. And it has been since you last had this dream. Before, you may not have seen the importance of friendships, and you may have wanted certain things before that. But truly, you as a person, if you want to keep this in your dreams, again, dreams and your waking life are two different things. If you want to keep this robot away from your dreams, which is symbolic of your real life, it is not true, but it is symbolic of, then you need to be sure that you are eating that candy and making sure that that candy is both satisfying to you and that you are satisfying to that candy. And at some point it will evolve into a significant other, and that will still reign true, Tim. You will have to remember this. Treat your partner like the candy in this dream. It is the ultimate goal, and it is something that you need to cherish, because the moment that you don't, this robot, which is many other things, which we learned was unclear thinking and preemptive thinking, an unclear brain, an eggnogless brain, which you don't want, will consume you from the inside out, Tim. Yes, Kai Busan, that's exactly true.
That is very wise.
It is very wise. And with that, Tim, we have been on the phone for quite some time, which is fine.
We have been. I am sorry. I take up your time a lot.
No, it's fine, because it is reminiscent of the early days when that's what we did on this stream. And that's what this stream's all about. It's the Nostalgia Dream stream. And with that, I say very rad call. Tim, try that eggnog, and remember that your relationships are key.
I will, Moneyworms. Thank you. Thank you for this.
Rad call,
Thank you,
Tim.
Moneyworms. That's all I can say.
Rad
call, Moneyworms.
Thank you, Tim. With that, I think I'm going to drink a 1/4 gallon of eggnog tonight, everyone. And I don't want anyone to judge me, because part of streaming is not being judged, especially when you just want to drink a fuck ton of eggnog from your fridge, like a monstrosity that I am. And something tells me I'm going to have very interesting dreams tonight, because I'm drinking an ungodly amount of creme. All right, it's going to be about half of a 1/4 of a gallon, I believe. So 1/8, a little bit more than that, 1/6. The more nog, the merrier, exactly. It's better than eating 13 Big Macs, which I also tried to do. Well, I did. I cannot lie. Sometimes you just need 3 glasses of eggnog, you know?
Call from
Civic TV.
Civic TV.
Yo, Moneyworms.
How are you doing?
Not bad, dude. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm enjoying an ungodly amount of eggnog tonight.
Or a godly amount, maybe. God level.
There is 2 sides to a coin.
Always. Man, but a quarter gallon? I don't know if I could handle that.
What is it about? It's not milk, M-Pal, it's eggnog. Civic TV.
Yeah.
What is it about eggnog that makes you think you could not have a quarter gallon of it?
Well, it just is it's gonna be interesting coming out the other end. Let's put it that way.
I fear that for myself. But here's the thing, you only live once. That we know of.
And, I guess you're living in the now, right?
Tonight, I am living in the nog.
In the nog. Yes. We should all be like you. Live in the nog.
Live in the nog. There's little tiny specks in eggnog. What do you think that is? Pepper? What is that, huh?
I think it's like the egg separating, possibly. Like the, the heavier elements in the egg. I don't know. Did you add nutmeg? Did you add anything like that?
I want to add nutmeg. I don't have the time. That's what I'll polish. I'll have the last. I'll have the last 1/3 of the quarter gallon with some nutmeg. You know.
Takes an entirely different level of planning for that, right?
It does. It requires me to sift through my spice cabinetry, and I believe in between calls I don't have that time. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you're under a lot of pressure here. You got a big audience. You got to keep it entertaining for the people at home.
You got to keep it entertaining. You don't want to watch a stream where a person rummages through his fridge and rummages through his spice cabinet just to drink a thick, delicious ooze.
Unless that's like how you found your audience in the first place, I guess.
There are enough people, I think, out there who truly appreciate eggnog. And I think that I could build an entire audience based on this creme.
That would be quite an audience. Yeah.
I'm actually feeling sad that I didn't do that in the first place. It would be a much smaller audience, but tonight would be much more meaningful for all of them.
Hey, but I love your community too. Always have. Discord, killing it. I love all the people in chat. Gotta love it.
I appreciate Civic, and I appreciate you as well. Have you been streaming recently?
I have been. I was streaming earlier, actually.
Very nice. What did you stream today?
I stream pirated movies.
That sounds
But
dangerous.
also some other things. But yeah, I like to, flaunt the copyright laws a little bit there. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell the IRS.
I will not tell the IRS. If you do not tell all the people that you know how much eggnog I consumed tonight. I am now heavier. I bet you I am I bet you I have 2 pounds of eggnog sloshing about in my stomach that already had a burrito inside of it, Civic.
Just slowly working its way through.
Very slowly. Plugging every hole at every corner.
Man, imagine that. I'm imagining it right now.
It kind of me too. And it's all gonna come to fruition. It is an eggy slosh, and I've got a bidet. I'm prepared. It's almost like I'm drinking pancake batter.
Ooh, I had waffles earlier.
Do you have a waffle
Got a
iron?
good-
Did you make it, or
Yes.
did you have them delivered?
Yes. I've got the waffle iron.
Have you ever had a waffle delivered to you?
I have not, but I have gone for chicken and waffles many times.
Have you had that delivered to you?
No, you know what? I'm not a big like food delivery guy. I mean, as in I don't get food delivered to me very often.
You like to... Here's something I want to do that I've never done. I've done it at a fast food chain, and I've done it at smaller things, but I've never, like, gone to a restaurant and eaten something by myself. Have you ever done that?
I used to do that a lot, actually. I lived in San Francisco for college and after college, and it was like, I mean, you almost couldn't eat if you didn't stop in at a restaurant. Grocery stores are few and far between. Often sat down at restaurants alone.
Roybos, it seems you've done that a lot as well. It seems like something that's entirely liberating to go there, say, table for one, and when the person comes to serve you, it's almost like maybe at the beginning they feel bad for you, but then they start to realize that you're just so comfortable coming to a restaurant by yourself because sometimes you just want to eat food at the restaurant.
Yeah, I guess you gotta own it too, right? Yeah. Yes, it's just me. No one is joining me. But no, yeah, and it's a comfortable place to sit for a while, you know? It's kind of like your own private little area to sit down in, get away from people, and just enjoy your food.
It's interesting because the heartburn has not gone away. It's I'm drinking so much eggnog to keep my mind off the fact that I have heartburn, but I feel like it may be a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Maybe more Altoids.
If I were to be dissected tonight, I think that the coroner would be very confused.
Oh man.
But you're right. There's something interesting about going to a restaurant by yourself because you're eating in public, so you're around other people. It's not a lonely experience at all. It's just a different experience that most people have when they go to a restaurant because most people usually will have at least one other person with them.
Yeah, and you know, there's no politics when you sit down by yourself. You know, there's no like, what are you ordering? I'm going to order this. I don't want to order the same thing you're ordering. There's no worry about how much you're spending, how little you're getting, how much you're getting. It's all on your
This is
terms.
so serendipitous. You keep going. I'm just looking at myself leaning against Peepo's arm. I didn't think it would
I'm
look
loving
this
that.
good, and it does. So you were saying that... what were you saying?
There's no politics when you sit down by yourself at a restaurant. It's all
No,
you.
it's
all
just you and
your
food.
experience. Yes.
And that's the
I'm a big food
reason...
lover.
That's the reason you go to a restaurant in the first place, is to consume things.
And you know what? You don't have to have anyone watch you eat either.
That's true. And you can probably stay there as long as you want because, well, within reason, but I feel like having one person to wait on, you can kind of let them do their own thing. You don't have to check back a whole bunch. So it's not really putting that much more of a burden on the server, I don't think.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, you just make it clear that you're all good.
Yeah, maybe I'll bring a newspaper and read it like I'm in the 30s, you know? Like I'm in an old movie and I'm watching somebody like a private investigator.
Yeah, I'm into that. Yeah, I saw Pretend You're a Spy. Absolutely. Just you know, peek over the newspaper, look around, check your watch.
Yeah, I mean, you would take care of the person waiting on you, Ungoy. I think the whole point, too, is to go at an off hour to where it's even more interesting. It's like, why are you here 9 p.m. at a Fuddruckers by yourself on a Tuesday afternoon?
Yeah, I don't know how I'd feel about being specifically at a Fuddruckers by myself. That might be a different experience.
Would you want to go more luxurious, or would you want to go less?
Well, I could either way, basically. Yeah, either like the equivalent of a dive bar restaurant or somewhere nice. Just gonna treat you right.
I feel like it'd be nice to go somewhere super nice by yourself, but also to go to a Fuddruckers by yourself.
I don't know. I might have to try it sometime. I think there's a Fuddruckers around here.
Did I? All right, Alex, you got the same color scheme as Ongoy, so I don't know, all right? Turkey Day. I went to dinner by myself. I was the only one in that part of the restaurant, and someone came in and played the piano. It was nice, but really awkward. But here's the thing. It's nice to thrive on the awkward encounters because at the end of the day, there will be a point where we don't get them anymore. And that's when we'll miss them the most, Civic.
So true. And that guy playing the piano was alone. And so,
yes,
you were both alone together, so neither one of you were really alone, right?
And it would be equally as amazing if that person that came out to play piano for you, if you had an equally tiny piano that you could pull out and start playing piano back with that person.
Maybe like pull out a recorder and start, playing along.
Yes. Yes, dueling pianos. Well, Civic, we're not here to discuss eating alone at a restaurant. We're here to discuss drawing in dreams, which is exactly what we're going to do. And I have a feeling you have a dream that you would like me to draw and interpret.
Yeah, you know what? Watching this stream made me remember my dream from last night that I woke up thinking about.
Ah. Did you hear about the dream that I explained to everyone earlier tonight?
Right, yeah, the breather on the other end, right? And yeah, sleeping inverted next to someone. Yeah.
What do you how do you interpret that?
Well, I don't know if I'm just echoing what someone else said, but it almost sounds like there's something you're trying to tell yourself that you probably know already, but aren't admitting to yourself.
But why am I sorry? Is it important for me to be sorry about it?
It may be that you're sorry about not being honest with yourself.
Ah. Now this takes a separate meaning from what I thought before.
Is it like a guilt feeling of sorry?
I think it was sorry that something bad had happened, but that I didn't necessarily cause it. Because at first I thought it was a ghost, and I was saying, I'm sorry for what happened to you. But maybe it was myself saying, I'm sorry what happened to you, myself.
Yeah, like maybe it was the ghost of the person you thought you could have been, and you're sorry that you didn't make that manifest into your reality.
Wow. This is blowing my mind, Civic. It calls for a round of eggnog after this in celebration.
I'll have to get some milk and toast to you because I don't have any eggnog here, but yeah.
Milk is just less festive eggnog, so you are entirely fine with toasting that. Grubs, how you doing? It's so good to see you. Well, someone learned tonight that there's no alcohol in eggnog for the first time, which is great. And I want you to learn something about your dreams that I will draw for you and interpret. So are you ready to talk about your dream?
I'm ready. I love that segue, too.
It is. It's a great segue. I'm full of them. Let's get this on the screen. Wow. Scuba. How are you doing, Scuba? I'm sorry to hear that the Venom movie was so bad. I was excited for it to be so good. We've got Civic on the phone. Oh, that felt really good. That felt like a hot demon left my body.
That was a release, definitely.
Yes.
And so, like, new movies, by the way, are so disappointing that I'm not disappointed by them anymore. I just expect it. that's my take.
Okay. Fods, how you doing? It's so good to see you here. Nog burps, exactly. Who's calling? Who is calling? No, this is Civic. All right, let's hear this amazing dream of yours.
Okay, so I was in a Mexican food market, and it was absurdly large, giant, and I'm in there with dozens of people. And what I was distinctly aware of was that everyone had ice cream.
Oh.
Everyone, somehow I knew that everyone had picked out their favorite ice cream flavor. And I was in the process of trying to figure out what ice cream I was going to choose to like join in with everyone. So somehow I became aware of this stage at the front of the store that was like above everyone's heads, and it became that like, so the process was sort of going that everyone picks out their ice cream and then has to go perform and do a dance on stage up in front of everyone. So I'm sitting there and I'm trying to figure out, you know, what ice cream I'm going to go with. And the whole time I'm having like anxiety about how after this I have to get up there and I have to do this dance in front of everyone. And I'm like trying to plan for it, think like, okay, this is what I'm going to do once I get up there. And yeah, and it was incredibly anxiety producing.
That sounds very anxiety producing. You went there just for ice cream, but then you realized that you were going to have to perform on this suspended stage above everyone's head. Did you ever get to the point where you had to perform anything, or did you wake up before that moment happened?
I woke up before that happened, and I woke up with a distinct memory of the dream.
Wow.
Like, you know, one of those times when you're like still there for a minute when you wake up. Like that decision was still on my mind.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing. You know?
I also remember as I'm doing this, as I'm picking out my ice cream, which I never really got to. I never decided in the dream what it was going to be.
Looks like
I'm watching the guy
trash.
on stage.
Uh-huh.
And he went completely over the top. Like people were, you know, annoyed by how frantic and hectic he was performing up on the stage.
Oh. So you saw, that's a very important thing there. You saw someone go up there and kind of make an ass out of themselves, and you maybe did not want to do the same thing.
That's what I was like coaching myself on. I'm like, okay, you've got to be, you know, you've got to be more chill than that. You've got to approach this a different way. The people don't like this guy. Yeah. You gotta come at it from a different angle.
What would your angle have been had you had the time?
I would have, like, you know, sort of made it comedic, you know, like not like this honest attempt, sort of a you know, sarcastic attempt at doing a performance for people.
Wow.
I guess sort of, you know, disarming people with comedy.
Yes, and it's like that's better than trying to go too far over the top and making an ass out of yourself and everyone else. Because that second embarrassment is sometimes worse than the embarrassment itself.
Yes, absolutely. And you know, I just remember not knowing any of the people in the place. And
Strangers.
By the way, I don't know why it was a Mexican food market when everyone was, you know, grabbing ice cream, but somehow I was aware that I'm standing in a Mexican food market. I don't know what that was.
Interesting. That's
But,
crucial to all of this. There's a lot of crucial moments to this ice cream
Yeah, and-
renaissance.
And you know how it is in a dream when there's no particular reason why you know something, you just understand that's the case. In the dream.
Yes. It's called assumed knowledge.
Yes. Yes. That's it. I assumed I knew what was happening around me. And I assumed
Yeah.
that
Ice cream.
You know, there was a very distinct chance I was going to get ridiculed for what I was going to do.
It was. You were afraid to look like a fool, even though you yourself were going to do a comedy bit, which can be foolish in and of itself. There's a lot of elements to this. There's strangers involved. There's ice cream involved. It's within a restaurant of the Mexican nature, and there is someone that's already performing looking like a fool themselves on this stage. There's a lot to go off of here. I'd like to start to delve into this if you are ready, Civic.
Oh, I'm ready. And that's a great point about fearing being foolish, but already planning to do that myself. I love that already. Yep.
But it says something about your comfort level and what you're comfortable with. And also, maybe, if people are judging you for it, at least you're going out in style.
Yeah, like putting it all out there. Like, here I am, laugh at me.
Yes. Especially after someone who's dancing and doing something ridiculous. Ovi, 00, thank you so much for enjoying it. I'm glad you find it beautiful. And welcome, Exterminate. Great name. That's a great... I would have coveted that gamer tag as a child. What a great one. Let's look into this. Let's
great.
first look at the elephant in the room, which is ice cream.
Yes. So much
That's
ice cream.
why you were there. It's why you were there. It's why you were there. Ice cream in dreams. Ice cream in dreams. Ice cream.
Hey, have you ever had
Yes?
Have you ever had eggnog flavored ice cream?
I haven't, but I've had about a quarter gallon of eggnog tonight, and I love it.
It's a cream day.
It's a cream day.
In fact, it's a cream dream.
It is a cream dream. It's a cream dream fueled by cream. We're creamed up in here. There's hot cream everywhere. Now, Civic, have you ever had eggnog ice cream?
I don't think I have, but I've been aware of it. I think I passed on that one. I once had garlic ice cream. That was delicious.
A big cream dream. Garlic. I've had pistachio. I've never had garlic. That sounds good. I would try that. Now, the hidden meaning in ice cream. To see or eat ice cream in your dreams signifies luck, success, and satisfaction in your life in general. Ice cream could be fluffy and delicious. Even a Mr. Whippy. What the hell? What the hell site is this? The dream could be associated...
Like a plug.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. I just want to know the meaning of the dream. I don't... Hold on, let me read that again. The ice cream could be fluffy and delicious. Even a Mr. Whippy. I don't know what that is. This dream could be associated with you spoiling yourself and seeking out the sweet things in life. It is important to note the flavor of the ice cream rather than the usual vanilla or chocolate. Can you remember the flavor of this ice cream?
That's the thing, I couldn't decide. I was looking at all these different flavors and couldn't decide the one for me.
This is a good thing. It means that you sense luck and success, and you have an abundance to choose from. But here's the thing, you have to dial in on that, because as they say in the old saying, the more you think you're lucky, the less likely you'll become. Find out the things that you should feel gracious for and your luck in life. That is the first thing you're going to need to do.
I love that because I try to practice gratitude. It's something that you really need to have some intention behind. Be grateful.
Be
Right.
grateful. Now, performance and dance in dreams. And we'll look at this in the context of this person up here who is making a fool of themselves in front of everyone while you are nervous at what you're going to have to do. This is what a fanciful little dream this is. Wow, it's great. You get ice cream and you have to perform in every way. That sounds like a real place that exists. Maybe that's a Mr. Whippy? Maybe that's Mr. Whippy's makes you do that. Don't go to Mr. Whippy. They'll make you dance as you get your ice cream. Dance is an expression of happiness, joy, freedom, and liberation. Ha! Here's where it all comes full circle. This person right here is not thanking themselves, is not finding the things that make them happy, is not grateful for the things that make... This person is making a fool out of themselves because they just are happy. They just are, and they're not thinking about all the things that are making them happy and being gracious for their happiness and joy. That's what this is the true fool who is ignorant of the fact that it is a to be happy in this world. It is a good thing, and it is not everyone gets to experience that. And this person is ungrateful for it and is looking like an idiot in front of all these people who may not be happy.
And you know what? All the people enjoying their ice cream, being grateful for their ice cream, are all annoyed by this guy.
Yes. And here you are afraid. You are nervous to go up there because, again, you don't know exactly what you're thankful for yet. And you are not... There are many things that are bringing you joy, but you're like, I don't want to look like a fool like that person up there who is just ignorant of the fact that happiness, both a choice and it is something that not everyone gets. Be grateful for that. You idiot, you know?
Man.
Now the last thing,
Yeah.
which was important, the Mexican restaurant part.
Does it have that in the analysis? I'd love to hear this.
I'm going to try to. Restaurant in... I know restaurant is something... I usually try to start very specific. No, this is suggesting Mexican foods near me. So we're going to go with restaurant in dreams. And then see if we can go backwards from that. Meaning... Dreaming about restaurants. That is where this all takes place. This is the context of this dream. Many choices of life. The Sabbath. Deep. Exterminate. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Restaurants are places where food is being prepared or served for money. Just like Mr. Whippy. Depending on the type of the food, is usually served or eaten at the restaurant. But some restaurants have food delivery services. Get to the point. Dreams about restaurants are common dreams because most people visit restaurants on a regular basis. For that reason, all right, meaning and symbolism. Dreaming about ordering food and being in a restaurant. If you dreamed about ordering something and eat it in a restaurant and you cannot easily decide what to order, like there were so many options, the dream is often a sign of being overwhelmed by some choices and decisions you need to make sooner rather than later. And time is of the essence because you know that you will have to perform. You're going to be making this decision you have to make soon. And this decision, what you want to do, the first thing you talked about was something comedic. So in your waking life, you are hitting a point in your life right now where you are both thankful for the opportunities that you have and the joy that you have. You know that you don't want to look like an idiot, but at the same time, you know that you are going to have to make a decision soon. And that decision, what your brain first went to in that split second of what should I do, is comedy. So perhaps maybe you want to do something with comedy soon in your life, sooner rather than later. Time is of the essence, Civic. Bunkbot, thank you for the sub. Appreciate you.
That speaks volumes. That's huge.
Volumes. Why? Sorry, why does it speak volumes?
I'm really at this point where it's true. I need to decide some major things in my life to get my shit together, basically. And so yeah, doing something with comedy, I can see that.
Yeah, do you want to do something with comedy? Is that something like it, in this situation where you have to perform something? You said, well, maybe there's looking like a fool in front of people. It's both humbling and it's not as silly as the person who goes up and dances and takes it too seriously. Is that something that you think deep down inside you actually want to do at some point?
Yeah. So you know what, I write and make short films, or at least I used to, and I haven't in quite a while. And so it's not that I really act, but I would act in my own short films. And often it'd be comedies that we'd be making. And it's like I haven't done that in a long time. Like I said, maybe I need to get back to that somewhat.
And you had this dream
Something
very recently, right?
that was last night, yeah. Woke up thinking about it this morning.
This morning. I think that this is your subconscious telling you, for lack of better words, Civic, shit or get off the pot. Shit or get off. Shit ice cream or get out of the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, I'm feeling that. Shit or get off the pot, absolutely.
Shit or shit. And time is of the essence. That's what the restaurant truly means. Much like in a Mexican restaurant, after you eat, you only have a certain amount of time before your stomach will begin to turn over. Or, if you're like me and you drink a quarter gallon of eggnog in a night, the same thing will happen to you. This is a time is of the essence, and we only have so much time. You know, Civic, you can spend it sitting there wondering when you'll have to go on stage and enjoy the ice cream that you can't decide on, which is your level of not being able to decide and commit at the same time. That's really what that meant in that dream. Really, you got to pick your flavor. You got to understand that, yes, you will have to go up there, but you have a lot to be thankful for, and be thankful for the fact that you can recognize that, so that when you go on the stage, you don't look like this guy over here looking like an asshole.
Yeah, got to get out and meet life, right?
Deemster, if you're just joining us now, I've polished off so much eggnog that I'm beginning to see stars in my vision. I have hit full eggnog saturation. I have clarity in my brain, but not in my vision or in my bladder.
Gonna have to get on the pot and shit.
Yes. Yes, I'm going to have to get on the pot and shit. And that is my decision making that I will be choosing. I don't know what flavor of ice cream that translates to. But Civic, I hope that you've enjoyed this call and you've gotten a little bit more. And everybody right now, I want you to go check out, what is it? Say something in chat so that everyone can go click your name and then go and toss you a follow.
Heck yeah, dude. And yeah, I've gotten a lot out of this. I've gotten a lot out of all the calls.
There it is.
This has been great.
Civic TV 83. Everyone go check out Civic TV 83. Civic TV 83 likes to show pirated movies. Do not tell the IRS, but understand that you will have a good time. That if you want to see him, maybe you'll even watch Venom.
Probably not Venom.
Probably not Venom. Because now you know.
Especially after I saw that in the chat, yeah.
You know that it's garbage. You only watch the highest quality of pirated films on Civic TV 83.
That's right.
That's right.
The highest quality garbage available.
Hey, any garbage is good garbage, and that's fine with my book. Well, Attack of the Clones. No, fuck that, Kai-Busan. Never again. Never again. Well, Civic TV 83. I hope that this dream has brought you clarity. I would advise you to get out of your comfort zone and start doing comedy, because a lot of it is failure, but a lot of it is not failure. And that's much like how everything is in life.
It sounds like a delicious flavor of ice cream, honestly.
Yes.
I appreciate you, Moneyworms.
Hey, I appreciate you, Civic. Thank you so much for being an awesome member of this community. I will go check out your streams. I don't think I've caught one while you're live yet. Probably because I'm frantically figuring out what I'm going to throw together for my stream. But I will be there at some point, Civic, and I will say something.
Furiously drawing.
I appreciate you.
Yeah,
This
man.
has been a very rad call.
Yeah, rad call. Hail Satan.
Hail Satan. Oh, butter beans. I've done it this time. I've really done it. I've really done it this time. Well, everyone, I hope you've enjoyed hanging out here tonight as we delved back into a retro stream. I used to draw dreams for everyone every Wednesday night about a year ago and so. Deemster, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate you. I appreciate all that you do. I appreciate all that you think you do, at least. Shitouts, Simple Safe. Shoutouts, Simply Safe. Yes. Shoutouts to Simply Safe. Shoutouts to the Whippy. If you're near a Whippy, go check it out. When you get your ice cream, they force you to dance on stage like some sort of odd cream jester. And just know that you don't have to perform if you don't want to, but your diarrhea will be worse later. Stolen credit card. Very nice. Good work. Mr. Whippy. Everybody stick around. We're going to find somebody to raid tonight. I will be, again, for everyone here, I stream every Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Thursday and Sunday I stream at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and on Friday I do Rad Draw, where I find a different person in the Atlanta area who is a creative, an illustrator, designer, a comedian, what have you, and we will draw things and take calls from you. Last week we had Scoob. Scoob made my cool intro for today, and that's what I will be using. Stick around for the raid, everyone. Please don't leave. We're going to find someone cool, someone interesting, and I'm going to drink one more glass of eggnog. So just understand that I've had an entire quarter gallon of eggnog tonight. And just, go to bed knowing that knowledge. Cream Jester. This has been incredibly amazing, everyone. Let's throw up that splash screen one more time while we all... And thank you again, everyone, for being here. Next week on Rad Draw, we will have Lil Guys. We're trying to do something that's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see who's on right now. Let's see who's on. Does anyone have any suggestions? Or can I just start looking? Does anyone have any suggestions? Stop it. Who is on tonight? Should we go... What is this? I have such horribly horrible heartburn right now. It is mesmerizing how bad my heartburn is. It's horrible. I hate it. What is this? What's going on here? You know what? This person raided me, and I feel like I want to raid this person back. Gerd. Yes, I had a dog with Gerd once. Let's raid this person because they raided me, and I feel bad for not having said thank you for the raid. Well, everyone, I think you're all incredible people. Thank you for enjoying the Dream Stream. I will see you back on Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Gerd squad out. Good night. Sweet dreams. Rad call.